everyone. So I had a request on how to replace the arms on the guns here for the Mars modular FPS kit. So basically, what you're going to want to do first is have a scene set up with the in-game prefab, and to do that you just make a new scene, go in it, hit this button up here. But you're going to drag in your first-person weapon model from the Mars FPS kit, prefabs, weapons, weapon renderers, bar, and drag in your bar FP into your scene. And then what you're going to do is go to where your arms are stored, and you should have a rigged arm model, which means it has bones in it, and I already have mine right here, so I'm going to drag those out onto the scene here. Those are a prefab. So these have bones for the fingers and the elbow and arms and stuff, but since they don't have animations, I'm just going to be using the default ones that come with the FPS kit here, since I'm kind of lazy to do my own, but it's just a temporary kind of thing to do if you don't have animations. But I'm going to scale them up to the size a bit. It's about right. And then I'm just going to do the left arm here to save time. It's pretty self-explanatory. Alright, so you're going to want to go, let me see, sometimes the bone layout may be a bit weird, but anyway, I have all the bones here under my arms, the whole hierarchy here. I'm going to go, this is my left shoulder. Alright, so basically we're going to go to our first person bar. We're going to find the bones in the weapon model here. You're going to find the left arm. You see how you can kind of control this, go to global view here. See how it moves it everywhere. So what we're going to be doing is essentially just moving the bones of my model under the bones of the default one here, so that they do the same movements and whatnot. Okay, so you're going to want to position, first you're going to want to position the arm exactly how you see it here. If you don't and you try to apply the bones, it's going to look really weird. So I'm just going to go down to the arm here, rotate it around, just line it up with the end back there. Alright, and it seems like it's looking a bit downwards, so I'm just going to rotate it under like that. See how the hand is facing that way? Just going to rotate it that way. Now I'm going to go to my elbow bone in the hierarchy and move it upwards like this. And then once that's lined up just about right, you're going to want to go to your hand object. Should be right there, and then you're going to rotate that like the hands on the gun. Try to match it up right. Let's rotate our thumb. It's a bit hard to zoom in. Alright, the thumb is lined up pretty good. Forgot to do this. If your mesh is kind of buggy and it glitches sometimes, just check update when off screen. That'll always keep it on your screen. But we're going to start moving the fingers. If you really don't have to, but if you want to apply the finger bones, then you got to position those too. So that's what I'm going to do real quick. You just move these up into the kind of position of the, I guess, the fingers that are already on there. Let's get our ring finger. Just move it back a bit. Alright, I'm not going to do all these, it takes way too much time. Normally I would line the fingers up exactly how you see them on the gun here. Exactly how it looks. But yeah, it's a bit hard to do. Anyways, just rotate that. Okay. Yeah, that's close enough for now. So we've got our fingers kind of bent inwards. Normally I would line them up exactly like these fingers here, as accurate as I can. But this is good enough for now. So what you're going to want to do is take the bones on your arm model and drag them under the bones of the default one that are already on the gun. So I'm just going to go ahead and expand, oops, yeah, that's the right arm, the left arm bones here on the default model, and I'm going to drag see, we started off with our left arm bone, so we're going to drag that one first into the L arm upper of the defaults. And then it's going to give you that warning, it's fine. Then you're going to want to drag your left forearm under lower 1. I'm pretty sure that's the right one. Yeah, that looks right. Then you're going to want to drag your, your left forearm roll, which is right in the middle of your wrist and your forearm, under lower 2. If you have a left forearm roll, if you don't, just skip that and go to left hand and put hand under palm. Alright, so now what you're going to want to do after you drag your hand object under the palm object or hand of the default bones here, if you're trying to do the finger bones, then what you'll do is collapse these real quick. You'll drag your finger bones under the finger bones of the default arm. This is good if you're trying to recreate the reloading animations exactly, but pinky. Alright, so once you've done all of that, you can even go further, because the fingers have smaller bones inside them, and you can drag those bones to the smaller bones. I'm just going to leave it at that for now. So now I've dragged all the bones from my main mesh over to the default one under the arm, and I'm just going to drag the main mesh under the I guess the FAL object here, so it moves with the gun. And what you're going to want to do is hide the arms, of course. So just unchecking this won't work, because when you play the game it'll check it back on again. What you need to do is change the material. I just normally go to fade and turn the alpha down so they're transparent, so you don't delete it whatsoever. If you really wanted to, you could remove the mesh renderer, but anyway, let's save that. If you were up to it and had the time, you can do the right arm too, and just position that exactly how the other arm is and do the same thing. But I have a dual camera setup, so this won't apply, but I just need to put this on my weapon layer real quick. So don't do that if you have modified the cameras or haven't modified them. But yeah, we're just going to apply that prefab and make sure that in our behavior objects we have that one selected so I can demonstrate it. Okay, let's see what it looks like. Alright, so let's test out the changes. Select our map. There we go. It looks pretty rough right now, but you know, if you keep working on it, it'll get better. I just didn't edit the fingers around as much as I probably could have to make them look better, but it's basically how you replace the arm. Yeah, by lining up those fingers a bit better, the reload animation will look a lot better. But yeah, anyways, thanks for watching, and I hope it worked out for you.